It wasn't stolen, I gave it up, and that was the scariest part. Because when they stopped calling me by my name, I felt relief. This is my nightly ritual again, the fire, the bourbon, and the kind of silence where I hear my thoughts, a little too clearly, or loudly. I stare into the flames, listen to them crack and spit, and replay everything that happened. And the only thought that won't let go of me is, how could I have believed that? I suppose I should have gone to a priest. But the truth is, I doubt any priest would want to hear all the things I've done. This fire, it's the only witness that doesn't look away. Before I tell you about the hardest period of my life, allow me to ask one thing. Please like the video and subscribe, but only if this confession truly resonates with you. And let me know in the comments where you're listening from and what time it is for you. It means something to me, knowing who I'm opening my soul to tonight. I will not give names. There will be no cities, no countries. Not because I'm afraid, and not because it isn't true, just because this is not a story about where it happened. It's a story about what stayed, and pain. Pain doesn't have coordinates. The first time someone called me 88, I thought they were joking. It was a small moment, just a passing comment during one of the orientation fasts. We hadn't eaten in 2 days, our heads were foggy, and our mouths too dry to argue with much of anything. We were sitting in a circle, all of us barefoot, knees to chests, rocking slightly from hunger or from ritual. By then, the two felt almost the same. I asked a question. The elder across from me didn't look up. She just said, 88, can you repeat that? My mind flinched. Who's she talking to? And then she looked at me. Only me. I should have corrected her. I should have said, that's not my name, but I didn't. I just nodded, quietly, obediently, and that's how it began. At first, I assumed it was temporary, maybe just a code name, something for the ritual, something symbolic. Everyone else had names like Peace, Fourth Light, 113. One girl was just called Small, and she smiled when people whispered it like a blessing. It became a point of pride, actually. If they gave you a name, it meant you were starting to dissolve. That was the word they used, dissolve. I remember thinking that was poetic. Now, I think it was surgical. It didn't take long before I started answering to it automatically. 88, sweep the inner path. 88, don't speak when the light is shifting. 88, begin your fast again. The sound of it, 88, used to feel like static, like background noise, but soon, it felt comforting, like water following a new groove in the earth. My mouth formed it easily. I began introducing myself to new initiates that way. Not, hi, my name is, just, I'm 88. And every time I said it, the old name blurred a little more. It didn't hurt. That's what I want you to understand. It didn't hurt. It felt like relief. The name I was born with had weight, history, baggage. It reminded me of who I used to be, and who I couldn't bear being anymore. But this was clean, unattached, symbolic. A new identity that didn't carry my past or my failures with it. There was one moment I keep coming back to, a day when we were singing the hourly chants, long, droning hums that sounded like something between a hymn and a code, and someone slipped. They used my real name by accident. It came from a new guy. He'd only been with us a few days, didn't know the rhythm yet, didn't know the rules. He turned to me and said it, softly, like you'd greet an old friend. Hey, name. My chest locked. I felt something rise up in me, fast and violent. I didn't think. I didn't pause. I hit him. My hand struck his face before I even realized I'd stood up. he fell sideways into the gravel. Silence fell with him. I think I shouted, "That's not my name!" And for a split second I believed it. I didn't just believe it, I needed it to be true, because otherwise, what had I become? The next day, no one mentioned the slap, not the elders, not the others, not even him. It was as if it had been part of the ritual, a test I'd passed. I remember one of the women. She wore white almost every day, even in the mud, gently placing her hand on my shoulder as I swept the path near the garden. She didn't look at me when she spoke. "You reacted from truth," she said. "That's not violence, that's alignment." And I nodded. Of course I did. I needed it to be that, alignment. A few days later, he was gone. No explanation, no farewell, just gone. And I didn't ask. That was another lesson. Don't ask about absence. Only the ego craves explanations. That's what they said. Instead, I sang louder during the evening hum. I fasted harder. I stopped looking at my reflection in the bowl of water they gave us for washing.